Have you ever felt like something in your life is shifting, but you can't quite put your finger on it? You can't quite pinpoint what it is. The things that used to fulfill you no longer fulfill you anymore. The things that felt familiar suddenly feel uncomfortable. You're restless. You are questioning things around you and things that are going on. And maybe you're wondering what's wrong with you. But what if there's nothing wrong? What if you're actually going through a new season in your life? Today, we're going to be talking about the signs you're entering a new season of life and what to do when everything feels different. There was a season in my life where everything felt different, let me tell you. From the outside, I was doing everything that I had always done. I was showing up, I was fulfilling all my responsibilities, I was taking care of my girls and taking care of myself in the process, or at least trying to. I kept things moving, but underneath all of that, I was carrying a lot. I was learning how to navigate life after divorce. I was trying to help my daughters process their own pain while dealing with my own at the same time. I was grieving what had been and trying to rebuild what was next for us. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I felt exhausted. Exhausted. And not just physically, it was emotionally, it was mentally, it was spiritually. It was a lot. The things that had worked for years weren't working anymore for me. The way I had always pushed through working wasn't working anymore. The way that I had always carried everything wasn't working anymore. And if I'm being honest, I thought something was wrong with me. I genuinely believe that. I thought I needed to try harder, be stronger, push through. But looking back, I realized nothing was actually wrong with me. I wasn't falling apart. I was transitioning into a new season of my life. And God was using that season to show me that I couldn't carry the old version of myself into the next chapter of my life. Does that sound familiar? The people pleasing, the over functioning, the validation seeking, the pressure to hold everything together, the belief that my worth was tied to what I can do for everyone else around me. Little by little, he began exposing what no longer fit, what no longer served me, was no longer aligned with where he was taking me in my life. And while it was uncomfortable, it was extremely necessary because sometimes before God can do something new, he has to help us release what we've been holding on to. And that could be people, places, things. And what felt like an ending in my life was actually beginning of a new season. I just couldn't see it yet. Welcome back to Becoming Her. I am Stacy Crawley, and I help faith-driven women reclaim who they are, reconnect with who they are, reclaim their worth, their confidence, their purpose, and boldly become the woman that God created them to be. So today we're going to be talking about the signs, right, of you're entering a new season in your life and what to do when everything feels different. Let's start with sign number one. What used to work no longer works. What do I mean by that? You can't keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Okay. Old coping mechanisms, old habits, old relationships, old versions of yourself can't go into the next. It can't go into the new thing that God has for you. Something might feel off during this time, right? When the things that are no longer working, that's often the first sign of transition. Sign number two, you're feeling restless. Not because you're ungrateful, not because you're broken, because growth often creates holy discomfort. You know there's more for you. You just can't see it yet. Sign number three, God is exposing what no longer fits and what no longer serves you and what no longer is aligned with your life. Those include relationships, romantic or family. Let me just say that. Or friendships, right? He's what may no longer fit your mindset. If you have a fixed mindset, he's moving you to a growth mindset, right? No positive, no negative thinking, moving you away from that into positive thinking, positive thoughts, right? People pleasing no longer fits. He's moving you out of that. Fear, doubt, confusion, all of those things have to go. Transition often involves release. Okay. Sign number 4, your priorities are changing. That things that once mattered doesn't matter as much anymore. The weight that you put into certain things no longer feels the same. Okay. You're becoming more intentional, more focused, more aligned. And this is often a sign of maturity and growth in your healing process, in your process of becoming who God created you to be. Okay. You're being invited to trust God more deeply. New seasons require new faith. You don't have to have all the answers. You don't have to control the outcome. You can't see the whole path, but you can take the next step right in front of you. Not the one down the street and around the corner, but right in front of you. So here's what to do next. Let's talk about how to overcome these things, right? So step number 1 is to stop resisting the transition. Not every uncomfortable season is a bad season for your life. Okay. Sometimes discomfort really is about growth. If you know, when God is stretching you and he is taking you to another level, he's going to release and break down those things, those habits, those things that we created in our own mind, in our own life. And he breaks that all the way down. And sometimes we feel completely broken, but it's really to build us back up and to build us back up in the way that he wants us to be. Okay. Number 2, let go of what no longer fits. So you can't carry everything into the next season. You can't carry everyone into the next season. There are some people in your life who cannot go with you in your next season. And I'm going to stress that that is romantic relationships. That is friendships. I don't care how long the history is. If they no longer align, they no longer align. That is family relationships. There are some people who cannot go with you. And that may include your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, and whoever else. Okay. Number 3 is to spend time with God. Even 5 minutes. Seek direction before making any decisions. Surrender it to the Lord. Ask him, where do you want me to go? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to move in this next season of my life? Allow God to be the CEO of your life and of your household and of all the things so that you get the guidance and the discernment and the wisdom to walk the path that he wants you to walk. Okay. So there could be God's path and then there's our path, and we will go around the barn, up through the mountains and all the things. And God is like, I have this path. I've already given you the victory. I've already given you everything you need inside of you, but you decide to go over here. Spend time with God. Ask him to direct your path. Number 4 is to take the next faithful step. Like I said before, not the one 3, 4, 5 steps ahead, the one literally right in front of you. It starts with one step. And then the next step, and then the next step. It's really about, if you think about building a home, you start with one brick and then you continue to build on that, and you build that foundation, and you continue to build. And then after a period of time, you have a whole house, brand new, right? If life feels different right now, maybe that's because it is. Maybe you're not falling apart. Maybe you're being transformed from the inside out, which can be very uncomfortable, but necessary. Maybe God is preparing you for something new. You don't need all the answers today. I was guilty of that. I wanted to know, God, what's about to happen? I need to know what you about to do, how you going to do it, and when you going to do it, so I feel comfortable knowing that that's the right path I'm going to. Absolutely not. Like, no. Okay. You only need enough courage to take the next step. And remember, as I always say, you are not broken, my love. You are becoming. I love to hear from you. I want to know which sign resonated with you the most. Put that down in the comments. Do you feel like you're entering a new season of your life? And if you are and you need help in that area, I do have a self-discovery guide that helps you to really reconnect with yourself, to see yourself through God's eyes and to ask yourself reflective questions to really understand who you are and who you were called to be. Okay. And if you need deeper support, you need someone to walk this journey with you, you need someone to hold your hand to help you through a transition that you're going through in your life right now, someone who's been there, who has done the work, book a breakthrough call with me so that we can chat on the phone and we can talk about where you are. We could talk about where you want to be. We could talk about how you can get to the place where God created you to be and where He wants you to be. And we can set that path. Okay. Book your breakthrough call, and I'll link that below along with the discovery guide. Thank you so much for being here. And I pray that this resonated with you. And I hope that you have an amazing rest of your day. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.